I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Penn Fed Realty, and I come here every Monday. They let me on the air. I just drive up, get out of my car, and let me on the air. And we talk about real estate, and we talk about things related to real estate. And today I'm going to talk about Realtor Safety Month. And there's things that make realtors more safe when they're showing houses, and there's things that make you more safe when seeing houses, and we're going to talk about a few of those things. One of the first things you need to know is when the house goes on the market, it is not a big free-for-all for you to just go through the backyard, look through the windows of the houses. There are things like websites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, my own website, LeAnnaBeat.com, where you can look at the houses. Usually we have professional photos. There's virtual tours, and you can look at the houses that way. And most people do, and then they run out and say, hey, this house is vacant. There are no furniture in the house in the photos, so I'm going to go out and just look through the windows. Well, what you don't know is possibly the person moved, took all their furniture, the pictures were taken, and then their niece, cousin, brother-in-law has moved in temporarily to live there. And all of a sudden you're looking through windows of what you think is a vacant house and is not a vacant house. Also, basically it's trespassing. And other things can happen. I'll give you lots of stories today. There was a vacant house where you walked into the back door, and all of a sudden there were stairs, but it was sunny, and the woman didn't realize that there were stairs. It was an agent going to check on the property prior to her clients getting there. Her clients found her at the bottom of the stairs, knocked out, because she tumbled down the stairs not knowing that there were stairs, immediately opening the back door. So there's all kinds of things like that that happen if you're out there sneaking around the property. You could stick your foot in a hole and then be stuck there. So one thing that realtors do to keep themselves safe is always park on the street. Do not park in the driveway. One reason is somebody can pull up right behind you in their car and block your car from getting out of the driveway, and if they're trying to do a not good deed, you're stuck. You're driving through the person's front yard or not being able to get out at all. So when you go see a house, always pull up and park on the street and walk up to the house. Wait for your agent to get there. Do not go around and look at the house even if you have an appointment. The people might still be there. Have your agent go knock on the door, ring the doorbell, see if the sellers are still at the property. Then when you're at the house, have everybody stay together. And I know it's fun to go see houses, and you want to bring the whole family to come see houses. But don't go to the front door and tell your kids, hey, let's go pick out your own bedroom, and the kids run off. Because you don't know what an occupied house may or may not have. You know, I've had houses with reptiles in cages, and I've had a deal where they had a foosball table, and the kids took all of the pool table balls and put them in the foosball thing and were using them, and they were antiques, and that didn't work out very well. And I had to call the seller of the house and tell them we broke a piece of their equipment while we were at the showing. So there's just things that are etiquette to do as well as keep safe. So if you all stay together, then nobody's running into a hole in the backyard, running into a reptile that you weren't expecting. And I'll tell you one of those stories is I was out showing a house, and it was in Peck, Kansas, and it was kind of a crisp fall night, and my client was standing in the backyard. We'd finished seeing the house, and there was kind of a lagoon area we were looking at, and I looked up at her and I said, I want you to trust me and walk my way. And she did. And I said, just slowly walk my way. I'm going to walk backwards. You just follow me like we're dancing. She did. And then we turned around, and I said, that big black snake was coming out of that tree right towards your head. So there's all kinds of things that happen like that on a regular basis. I've actually gone to a door where there was a renter where I was supposed to see the property, and the guy met me at the front door with a loaded gun and pointed it straight at my head and said, you're not coming in today. And I was luckily just with one other person who took off running and left me at the front door. But one of those things that you just don't know. I've been showing an empty house, and all of a sudden we're in a back room and we're looking around, and somebody is now peering through the window because they saw the for sale sign and they scared the bejabbers out of us. I walked into a house that was supposed to, we had an appointment to show the property, and we walked in and there is a naked man asleep in the bed. So that's one reason you want to always stay together, even if you have an appointment with your realtor, because you could run into these types of things. Also, one of the things you'll need to make sure of when you go look at houses for safety reasons, just don't turn on things. Don't go flip every light switch just to see what it may or may not do. Because I can't keep track of everything that everybody is doing in a house. This did not happen to me, but it happened to somebody else. They flipped on one of those switches for your fireplace, and they didn't know that it actually came on and had a flame. Then somebody else came in and placed something in front of the fireplace and then burned the house down. It was a house that was under construction, and now the house had burned down because somebody turned on the fireplace flame and never told anybody. The other thing is, once everybody has seen the house, I go back through and check all the doors. But if I'm not with you and you've decided you want to see if the bathroom door open or the bathroom window opens, I don't maybe know that you've unlocked and opened that window and now left it unsecure for the seller. So there's all kinds of things that make things unsafe when you go see a house, and then there's things that buyers make it unsafe for the sellers. So when you go through a house, just be very aware. Treat it like a china shop. Don't be opening things that don't open. Don't be flipping switches that you shouldn't be flipping switches to. So those things are very helpful when seeing houses, and make sure it's safe for you and safe for somebody else. The other thing is, you are more than welcome when you see a house, if you are so inclined to want to know what's in the attic, is to bring your own ladder in and to get up in the attic and see what's going on there. But if you are doing something like that, be aware that you need to step on the boards that are there and not through the ceiling. I haven't had that happen yet, but don't try me. It'll probably happen soon, because everything has happened to me, I believe. So those are things that I just want to make you aware of during Realtor Safety Month, which is the month of October. One of the things that we request that you do when you call me is to meet me at my office. I want to know who you are and what you want to buy, and get to know a little bit about you before I just run out and show you a vacant house. It's safety for you and safety for me. So if something does happen to you at the house, I am aware of who you are and have a phone number for you, and know who to call in case of an emergency. Tune in next week. We're going to have David LaBouse from All Paws Pet Center helping us move our pets into a new house. Thank you. And again, I'm LeAnna Beach with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services with the squeaky chair. My phone number is 316-214-1121 or 316-636-2323.